Return to Nangrim is a game where you play as a dwarf looking to reclaim his lost home. By exploring the once mighty mountain, you will uncover what happened while you were gone and relearn the mysteries of your people. This will not be a full review like I usually do, as this game is only a tech demo right now, with no ETA on an early access release. So how this will go is that I will tell you how I felt about playing this game, from what I liked to what I disliked, and how I feel that the game can improve. I will not be rating it, as again this is just a tech demo, and with many things planned for the game, such as combat for example, is not yet fully implemented. First things first, you are given a short story on what happened and how your character gets back to the mountain. You are then set on your path. You start outside and are given a few puzzles to find your way inside. The puzzles are not hard in a sense that you have to solve it, more like you need to find the corresponding item which is hidden in the map locale which you are roaming at that moment. Once you find the required items, you can venture inside, where it then becomes almost like a Zelda-style dungeon with rooms and keys. As you explore, you unlock more and more areas, and you have the freedom and responsibility to search every nook and cranny. Not only that, as the story unfolds, so do the puzzles, keys, clues, which are all hidden, sometimes in plain sight that you can easily overlook. The entire demo will maybe take about 15 to 20 minutes if you know what to do. If you play for the first time blind, maybe about an hour or so to reach the end. During this journey, you are also introduced to one of the key mechanics, which is the forging. This is where the demo ends, but it gives you a chest with unlimited supplies to play with the system. Now for the forging process, it's very in-depth, it's also a bit finicky. You have to make sure your temperature as well as your metal ratios are all correct, or you will damage the product into scrap. You can recover the scrap to recreate the lost resources again, but in lesser numbers than before. You will find recipes throughout the map which will either tell you how to exactly make a certain item or merely give you a hint. Now, this seems to be where many people have an issue. Trial and error can be sometimes fun and rewarding, but with the range of this system, it can become frustrating as you don't know or have enough clues or hints that can lead you to trying 10, 20, 30 times with all fails. In the demo, it's not an issue because you have unlimited resources, but for the main game where you will not have that option, it will be very frustrating to many. Take for an example a key you find. You are only given the hint that it requires gold to repair, but you're not told how much or what temperature, so you could try 1, 2, 3 bars, all at various temperatures. Eventually you will figure it out, but it could take anywhere from 1 to 20 or more tries. I believe this system should have a built-in hint system, where if you are at least close enough to the correct ratio and heat, that your character will say, "I think it requires more heat," or "I think it requires more, or even less metal." Something to that nature to help along, but again, only if you were really close to the correct combination to begin with. One thing that was a bit unsettling for me was also the voice acting. Yeah, with a fantasy setting, we're always used to the deep Scottish accents of the dwarves. Here, the character just sounds like a guy. You know, he sounds worse than me almost, and I know my voice can be very annoying. I don't really require the accent, though I would prefer it. It's more a bit that it has to do with the emotion of the voice acting. It just felt very flat. Also, the character repeats lines a bit too much. It's fine for a single line when discovering a new location or a recipe, but if you stay in the single location or walk back and forth, he will repeat the same line he just spoke over and over, which can be annoying. But anyway, as the demo itself goes, I think it's a great start for now. I love the Zelda-style dungeon crawl and exploration. The resource gathering is not as fleshed out right now, that's just gonna have to be a wait and see. I love the mechanics behind the forging, but I feel it can be given a little bit of quality of life, and hopefully the voice acting is also given an overhaul by the final product. I am excited to see where this game goes in the future. Whenever it comes out into the early access, I do plan to give it a proper, in-depth review, as well as one when a full release comes out, as I do many of my other videos. So please stick around and subscribe if you want to see that. If you like this video, please leave a like, and I will see you next time. Florida Gator Man out.